In Tehran, a barrage of long-range missiles struck the Iranian government complex. At the time, senior Iranian national security officials were in one building, while Supreme Leader Khamenei was in another nearby building.
By assassinating Iran's supreme leader, President Trump is facing a risky gamble where the risk of getting bogged down could threaten his very legacy.
When first running for president in 2016, Donald Trump vehemently opposed American military adventures abroad, declaring that changing the government in another country would stop race to overthrow foreign governments.
As I resume my campaign, I am a peaceful president. I will never start a new war. Kamala Harris will drag us into World War III and send American sons to fight. We cannot allow that to happen.
More than a year later, Trump ordered a raid on Caracas to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, then increased military pressure on Iran. On the morning of February 20th, he launched an airstrike on Iran, killing Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei.
Iran's pursuit of nuclear and ballistic missile programs, its support for armed groups attacking us and our allies, the 1979 seizure of our embassy, and the suppression of its own people.
However, the U.S. president has gone further than ever in setting the goal of changing the regime in Tehran,
calling on the Iranian people to overthrow their leaders. When we're done, take over your government.
Accusations about Iran's nuclear program were made by Trump when he launched Operation Night Hammer, bombing a series of Iranian nuclear facilities in June 2025.
Iran's nuclear program has been erased.
But in his State of the Union address on February 24th and the video on the morning of February 28th, Mr. Trump continued to view Iran's nuclear program as a threat to the United States.
The goal of changing the Iranian regime that he declared is precisely what he opposed during his 2016 presidential campaign. Previously, President Trump often used military force when he believed he could achieve good results at a low cost. But the attack on Iran broke that formula and was a step into a spiral of uncertainty. Many voices of criticism and questioning of the president have arisen in American public opinion regarding the Iran bombing campaign. These voices come not only from the Democrats, but also from prominent figures. They complain that the president has been swayed by neoconservatives he once shunned. He's betrayed us by embracing the very neocons he campaigned against.
This is a complete betrayal of his promises and our movement.
However, Republican Congressman Marlon Stutzman argued that Trump's raid would prevent a worse Iranian threat in the future and pave the way for a new Middle East that is more friendly to the United States.
A number of high-ranking Iranian officials have been summoned to a meeting amid a lack of breakthroughs in negotiations between Iran and the U.S., while pressure from President Donald Trump on the diplomatic and military fronts is increasing.
Around 6 a.m. on February 28th, the raiding breakouts were a relatively small number of aircraft, but all were equipped with long-range weapons of extremely high accuracy.
In Tehran, a barrage of long-range missiles struck the Iranian government complex. At the time, senior Iranian national security officials were in one building, while Supreme Leader Khamenei was in another nearby building.